Well, I thank the gentleman from Texas for you, and also thank the gentleman from Missouri who started our night off. And I think there's been a lot said as we go forward in bringing this important matter. I want to take just a little bit different tack as we talk about the issues of tonight, and a lot has been said. But I believe that we're blessed to live in a time in when medical research and technology have allowed us to extend and improve human life in ways we never thought possible. And the truth of the matter is, why we're standing here tonight is about life. It's about an understanding of life, and it's about the life not only of the unborn, but also those of the born, and the right to express the life that is given to them. From the moment of conception, each individual has unique DNA that dictates his or her gender, eye color, blood type, and countless other specifications. Even from his or her earliest moments, a child in the womb has the ability to respond to his and her environment as well as adapt to that environment. These scientific facts are amazing, but I have an even deeper motivation for protecting human life, because I believe life is a gift from God. And I believe that that gift from God is also expressed and was expressed by the founders when they said that they would stand up for the rights to express our religious liberties. As Roger Williams was just spoke of, that statue, that right to say, this is what I believe and this is why I'm in this country. And that is what we're talking about here. It is not only life at birth and in the womb, but it's life expressed outside of that, and the God-given, I believe, rights that is expressed in our Constitution. You know, so it's for me, as I not only understand that life begins at conception, but life continues all through until natural death. And that natural life here in America is expressed in the ways that we can contribute our life to others. And how we express it should not be taken away. Unfortunately, this administration is too preoccupied with its ideological commitment to its definition of good health insurance to care about other points of view. That's why I continue spending so much time and energy, and by the way, taxpayer resources, trying to silence those who do not share its view of the contraceptive mandate. Back just a few months ago, I stood on the floor of this House, and I thought, never would I have thought that I would have come to the House of Representatives and ever determined that it would have been non-essential, never determined it would be non-essential to have religious liberties protected on the floor of this House or in this country. That is just an amazing thought to me, that we'd even have to think about that. But under the President's nonsensical policies, it was just expressed by my gentleman from Pennsylvania, business owners would face fines of $36,500 for each employee every year that were offered health insurance consistent with their religious convictions. On the other hand, they could just quit offering health care altogether and only pay $2,000. Tell me what the priorities of this administration are, and I'll show you the money. I've always said, you want to see the priorities of somebody in life? Look at their checkbook and look at their calendar. And this administration's priorities are found in their checkbook and they're found in their calendar, because that's what they want to punish us for, and they've got a timeline to do it, and they said, now's the time. That's the argument to be made by the Supreme Court tomorrow. The argument you want to step forward with Hobby Lobby and others, that when they step forth before those justices tomorrow, is say, here's the priority of this country. The priority of this country should be that it protects religious liberties. It protects the founding of the Constitution. It protects those liberties upon which we were founded, and not an ideological agenda driven by points made by hurting others. I agree with my friend from Texas. I was always taught that when you make a mistake, just say, oh, look, I made a mistake. But that's not what this administration wants to do. They want to continue to beat an ideological driven policy. They want to continue to beat down and say, this is what we believe, and you like us, because we're not so sure that the essentialisms of the Constitution are essential anymore. It's time that I hope tomorrow, Mr. Speaker, that the argument made before the highest court in the land is that there is a right to protect life, that there is a right, even better, to have religious liberties protected, and that when I get up and I go in, or I have my business, that those rights aren't checked at the door, and that when you look at priorities of this country, when, God forbid, they look back a number of years from now and they say, I hope they stood up for the rights that the constitutional founders found. And when they do that, then they'll see our priorities. They will see the ones on this floor tonight, and they will say, what is priority? Is what we spend on and what we plan on. And for this administration, it is obvious that theirs is an ideological-driven agenda that says the Constitution only when it's convenient, and I'll only pay for it, but I'll punish you if you don't. Mr. Speaker, that's wrong. It's time to change it. With that, I yield back.